Have you ever walked away from a conversation and thought, I knew exactly what I wanted to say, so why did I freeze up? You had the idea, you had the opinion, you even rehearsed it in your head. But when it was your turn to speak, you rambled. You went blank. Someone else said what you were trying to say, and they got the credit. And on the way home, you're replaying it in your mind, thinking, why can't I just articulate my thoughts like a normal person? Why do I keep doing this to myself? That feeling of knowing you're capable of so much more, but somehow you are the one getting in your own way, that's self-sabotage. And if you don't fix it, 2026 is going to look exactly like 2025. Same patterns, same frustration, same I'll do better next year. In this video, I want to walk you through 7 self-sabotaging habits that quietly destroy your confidence, your relationships, your bank account, and your sense of direction, and what to do before 2026 so you don't carry them into another year of your life. If you've ever felt like your mouth can't keep up with your mind, or your actions don't match your ambitions, this is for you. Stay with me to the end, because habit number 7 is the one almost everyone misses, and it's the real reason you keep repeating the same year over and over. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear picture of 7 specific habits that are holding you back, a simple, practical action for each one, stuff you can literally start today, and a 5-minute end-of-year ritual to make sure you don't enter 2026 on autopilot. Let's start with the habit that creates that horrible, I can't say what I mean feeling. Habit number 1, swallowing your voice and letting others speak your life into existence. You know that moment in a meeting or with friends where someone asks, "So what do you think?" Your brain lights up. You've got ideas. But then this tiny voice says, what if it sounds dumb? What if I can't explain it right? What if they judge me? So, instead of speaking clearly, you shrink your opinion. Add, but I could be wrong 10 times. Or just say, yeah, I agree with what they said. This habit doesn't just make conversations awkward, it quietly destroys your life direction. Because if you're not clearly articulating what you want, what you don't want, what you believe, what you need, then the world will fill in those blanks for you. You end up in jobs you don't like, in dynamics where you're walked over, in situations that don't fit you. Not because you're incapable, but because you didn't speak. Do this before 2026. Pick one low-stakes situation every day and practice saying one clear sentence of your real opinion. For example, actually, I see it a bit differently. I think, no, that doesn't work for me. What I'd prefer is, I'm not comfortable with that. You don't need to become a TED speaker overnight. You just need daily reps of using your voice so your brain stops associating speaking up with danger. Habit number 2, doomscrolling your potential away. Let's talk about the black hole in your pocket. You tell yourself, I'm just going to check this one notification. 20 minutes later, you've watched 17 videos, compared your life to 6 strangers, and now you feel behind, overwhelmed, weirdly tired. And the thing you actually needed to do today, still untouched. Here's the real sabotage. You're not just wasting time, you're training your brain to never sit with discomfort long enough to grow. Feeling unsure? Scroll. Feeling lonely? Scroll. Feeling anxious about your future? Scroll. So your brain learns, I don't fix problems, I just distract myself from them. Do this before 2026. Create one non-negotiable no phone block in your day. Just one. 25 to 50 minutes where your phone is in another room or on airplane mode. Use that time for something that moves your life forward. Deep work, journaling, reading, planning, practicing a skill. Treat that block like a meeting with your future self. You wouldn't constantly check your phone in front of your boss. Don't do it in front of your future. Habit number 3. Overthinking instead of deciding. Another form of self-sabotage. Thinking so much about the best move that you end up making no move. You want to start a side project, change careers, move cities, end a draining relationship. But your brain goes, what if I regret it? What if it's the wrong time? What if something better shows up? So you stay in this loop. Research, imagine, doubt, repeat. It feels like work because your brain is busy, but busyness and progress are not the same thing. Every week you delay a meaningful decision, you're sending yourself the message, I don't trust myself to handle the consequences of my own choices. That destroys confidence. Do this before 2026. For any decision that's been stuck in your head for more than 30 days, do this. Write down best case, worst case, most realistic case. Ask, can I handle the worst case? If yes, set a deadline within 7 days to decide and commit. If no, your job is not to decide yet. Your job is to build capacity, skills, savings, support, so you can handle it. Indecision is where dreams go to slowly die. Don't take it into 2026. Habit number 4. Talking to yourself like an enemy. Listen to how you talk to yourself after a mistake. Do you say, okay, that sucked, let's fix it? Or, of course you messed it up, you always do, what's wrong with you? If anyone else spoke to you the way you speak to yourself, you would cut them out of your life. But because it's coming from your own head, you call it motivation or being realistic. It's not motivation, it's mental vandalism. Here's the sabotage. When your inner voice constantly attacks you, your brain starts believing, if I try and fail, I'll be brutalized by my own thoughts. So it becomes safer to not try, keep things small, stay invisible. Do this before 2026. Adopt a simple rule. I do not call myself names. Ever. No more, I'm so stupid. I'm such a loser. I'm just lazy. When you catch it, literally pause and say out loud if you can, cancel. We don't talk to ourselves like that. Then replace it with something accurate and useful, like, I didn't handle that well. Here's what I'll do differently next time. I'm learning how to show up better. You don't need cheesy affirmations. You just need to stop being your own worst bully. Habit number 5. People-pleasing your life away. How many of your decisions are actually yours? Not your parents, not your friends, not your bosses. Yours. Self-sabotage often looks like saying yes when you mean no, agreeing to plans you don't want, taking responsibility for everyone else's emotions. You think you're being kind, but what you're really doing is trading your peace for their temporary comfort. The cost? Resentment, burnout, no time or energy left for your own goals. And here's the kicker. People-pleasing isn't even honest. Because you're not giving people the real you, you're giving them a curated, constantly agreeable version of you. Do this before 2026. Start with micro-boundaries, tiny ones. Take 3 seconds before answering any request and say, let me think for a moment. If your body instantly tightens, that's a no or a not right now. You can say, I can't do that this week, but I could help for 30 minutes next Tuesday. I'm not available for that, but I hope it goes well. You don't have to over-explain or justify. Boundaries are not punishments. They're instructions for how to have a healthy relationship with you. Habit number 6. Consuming more than you create. Be honest. How many books, podcasts, videos, and courses have you consumed this year? And what percentage of that have you actually implemented? We live in this weird time where you can spend 5 hours a day listening to productivity content and still feel stuck. Why? Because your brain gets a fake hit of progress from learning without ever doing. This is self-sabotage disguised as self-improvement. You start saying, "I'll start after I finish this book. I just need one more course. I'm still researching the best way." But the truth is, you don't need more information. You need more execution. Do this before 2026. For every piece of content you consume, ask, "What is one small action I can take from this today?" And then do it before you sleep. Examples: watched a video on communication? Send one brave message or speak up once. Learned about finances? Move $10 into savings. Watched this video? Pick one habit from this list and design a 5-minute daily practice around it. Stop being just an information library. Become a results factory. Habit number 7. Drifting into the future with vague goals. Here's the quietest but most dangerous self-sabotage habit: drifting. You kind of want to be healthier, make more money, be more confident, start something of your own. But if I asked you, okay, what does that specifically mean by March 1st, 2026? Most people have no answer. The problem with vague desires is that your brain can't aim at them. So each day becomes a reaction, not a creation. And a year from now, you look back and realize nothing really changed. You just aged. Do this before 2026. Set up a simple 3-part 2026 pre-plan. Not a giant vision board, just this. One identity goal. Who are you becoming? In 2026, I am someone who speaks clearly and confidently. I am someone who keeps promises to myself. 3 behavior goals. What does that version of you do weekly? I speak up at least once in every meeting. I have one 50-minute, no-phone, deep work block every weekday. I move my body for 20 minutes 4 times a week. One non-negotiable habit to start now. Something so small it's almost embarrassing. 5 minutes of journaling. One brave conversation a week. 10 minutes of focused learning with action. Write these down somewhere you see every day, not in your head, in a place your tired, stressed future self cannot ignore. Because if you don't deliberately design how you want to show up in 2026, your old habits will do it for you. A 5-minute end-of-year ritual. Do this week. Before we wrap up, here's a quick ritual you can literally do tonight. Step 1. Ask yourself 3 questions. Where did I sabotage myself the most this year? What did that cost me? Be honest. Time, money, opportunities, confidence. If I keep doing this for 5 more years, where does that lead? Sit with the discomfort. Let it sting a little. That's your wake-up call. Step 2. Choose one habit from this video to focus on for the next 30 days. Not all 7, just one. Imagine how different your life already looks if you actually use your voice. Stop doomscrolling your courage away. Make decisions instead of living in maybe. Drop the constant self-insults. Protect your energy with boundaries. If this hit home, if you recognized yourself in these habits, that's not a reason to feel shame. It's a sign you're finally becoming aware enough to change. Before you click away, do 2 things. Comment below with the one habit you're committing to work on before 2026. Put it in writing. Make it real. Save this video and come back in 30 days to check. Did you actually keep that promise to yourself? Don't enter 2026 as a slightly more tired version of who you were in 2025. You deserve a life that actually matches your potential, not one that's negotiated down by fear, distraction, and self-doubt. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.